Hey guys, Marauder here, and welcome to another collection update. I have another 10 games in front of me that have made their way into my collection. I have broke them up into 4 piles based on where I got them. So, just move left to right from the up to the most recent. The last game I show will be the last game that I picked up. Okay, this first pile, I picked these games all up at, I actually went to the Best Buy near me that was hosting the Nintendo E3 demo event. So out there is a play and trade. I don't go out to that one very often because it is quite a ways away from my house. But since I was out that way, with a couple friends of mine, we decided to stop in and check things out. And I picked up 4 games there for various systems I'm actually pretty happy with. I'll start with what I picked up for my Sega Genesis, as I'm always looking for more games to review and add to my Genesis collection. This right here, this is a cart-only copy of the game Mercs. I believe this is a Capcom game. Very similar to a game like Ikari Warriors or Commando on the NES. Brutally difficult, I must say that. Very hard. But it's got 2-player co-op, and it is quite fun. It's challenging, but if you can get the patterns down, it's not really all that bad. It's, again, all about memorization, timing, and all that, like old school games normally are. So, I picked this up for, I think, just $4 or $5. I don't have the price tag on it anymore, but well worth it. I'm having fun with this. I'm just going through a pile, seeing what I can review next, but this game is fun, and I do recommend it for anyone who's a fan of those like top-down shooter kind of games. Alright, so the next game I picked up there this is a copy of World of Illusion starring Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck. This is missing the manual, but it has the cart and the box, which are both in surprisingly good shape. I spent $7 on this game. And this was a game I'd been looking for because a lot of people recommend the 16-bit Mickey Mouse games, whether they be on the Super Nintendo or the Sega Genesis. And I have a couple on the Super Nintendo that I actually really like. So I wanted to try out the ones on the Genesis. And yeah, this game does not disappoint. It's quite fun and has a really interesting co-op mode where you and a friend go together as Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck. And you have to basically use teamwork to get through the levels. And the levels actually change from the single-player mode. So interesting little twist on that. I really like that. I was playing this with my niece, who's about 9 years old, and yeah, she really enjoyed it. We got a couple levels in before we got our first game over, but you know, good game, not a lot of money, just kind of wish I had the manual, but hey, not half bad for what I paid for it. The next game I picked up is a PlayStation 1 game by the name of Colony Wars. And I'll show you why I picked this up. Partially because I want to increase my PlayStation 1 collection, and this was a game that a lot of my friends had recommended. It's 99 cents, which I find incredible. So, and it's a really nice shape too. The discs are in good shape, fair condition. You know, not a lot of scratches. Comes with the booklet and everything. There's no cracks on the case or anything like that. So. Very happy to have this. Can't wait to get into it, pop it into my PS3, and see if this is as good as my friends are claiming it is. And for $1, you cannot go wrong with it. Okay, the last game I picked up at Play and Trade is a copy for my Dreamcast of NFL Blitz 2001. I'm not a sports fan by any stretch of the imagination. I don't generally like them. I play them, well, I should say I like them, but I don't collect them because their resale value is so ridiculously low that if I really, really felt like going out and playing a football game, I could buy a game for $1, you know, that's maybe the previous year's version, and have just as much fun. I'm not a huge sports fan, so roster updates really don't do much for me. But one football game I absolutely love is NFL Blitz, and the Dreamcast version is spectacular. 4-player arcade action. It's amazing. I can't remember. I already have NFL Blitz 2000, so getting 2001 It was really just to see what the differences were, and I can't generally say what the differences are. I'm sure I'm sure there's like a couple new levels and a roster update and whatever else. But this game is so over the top, so much fun, and very easy to pick up and play. In fact, my friend Alex, who we were all hanging out, myself and three of my other friends. And my friend Alex was over, and he was like, I'm not into football games. I don't really feel like playing this. I'm like, we need a fourth player. You're going to play this. It'll take 5 minutes to explain. So I sat him down. I'm like, that's the controls. Go. And we had a blast. And he actually ended up enjoying himself quite a bit with this. So that just goes to show you, we need more arcade-style sports games like the old NFL Blitz, NHL Hits, and there was a baseball one. I think it was called Slugfest. I think it was. But all that stuff that Midway used to do last generation were really, really incredible, and a whole bunch of fun, even for people like me who are not into sports games all that much. So, and I paid I think I got this for half off. I think I got this for $2.50. So, cannot complain. Alright, on to the next pile. I went to a local Japanese anime convention, JFAX, down at a college, Grand Valley State University, and I decided, I go every year, but the main reason I go is because there's a couple of vendors there that sell old video games, and I picked up a few from 2 different vendors. Again, this is more because of the price and because I want to increase my PlayStation 1 collection, but this is a PlayStation 1 copy of the game Wild 9. This is one I'd seen online. A lot of people online seem to enjoy it, and it looks like a lot of fun. It's an action game where you have like a laser grappling weapon of some sort where you can literally just throw the enemies all over the level. Another reason I picked it up is it's $1. It was labeled $1. It's complete, in good shape. And yeah, I bought it. The guy at the table was really nice. And it was actually, when I bought it, he's like, oh yeah, no, I really, really like that one. You're going to enjoy that one. So I'm looking forward to, again, popping this in my PlayStation 3 or my PlayStation and having a blast with it. But there's a couple other games in the stack I've been playing that that makes it so I can't get around to that one quite yet, but we're getting there. And then at another table, I think they're called like Retro Go-Go Games or something like that. But they're there every year, and they always sell really interesting games. Last year I picked up Awesome Possum from them, and I think Kirby's Dream Land 2 also from that same vendor. Anyway, he was back this year, and I found 2 games that I couldn't believe he had, and that is a copy of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney and Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Justice for All, which my friend Brett, who was with me, said this was the second game, so I'll trust him on that. These are games that I have wanted for a long time. I've been wanting to get into the Phoenix Wright series, but it's very cost prohibitive when I decided to. I noticed now that Amazon.com must have gotten like a new shipment of them or something, because the price just plummeted to around $20 a piece. But these were labeled 15 bucks a piece, in great shape, came complete. They're obviously collectors themselves because a lot of their stuff at that table is in very nice shape. So I had no reservations picking these up. Bought both of them on the spot, and looking forward to getting into these. These should be a ton of fun. Alright, moving on to, this is a pile I picked up online. These are my pre-orders for the last couple of months. But there's 2 of them. The first one I pre-ordered from, I believe this was Amazon. And I pre-ordered this the second it popped up, which is Project Cross Zone, the limited edition, as they all come in the limited edition. And this is just the game case out of the box. I just got this in the mail a couple days ago. I haven't had time to sit down and play it because of something else I'm about to show you that's been sucking up all my time. And great game. My friend Brett will not stop talking about it. He loves it. He got a copy as well, and he's really, really, really enjoying himself with it. So this looks like it's going to be a ton of fun. And how can you pass up a game where 3 companies throw some of their best characters in a game? Well, okay, some of the characters are hit and miss. The thing that really annoys me about this is there's characters in this game that come from either a series or a collection of games, or a game in a series that never came over here. There's like 2 characters on Sega's side from Valkyrie Chronicles 3, which I believe is on PlayStation Portable in Japan only, never came over here. Which is upsetting because I love Valkyrie Chronicles on PS3 and Valkyrie Chronicles 2 on PSP, so I would have picked up the 3rd one had they released it, but they didn't, so, you know, I guess you get what you pay for. But I really wish they would have thought to release it out. The limited edition is very nice. It comes with a soundtrack, an art book, and a poster with the game. Nothing super spectacular, but given the fact that it's the same price as a regular DS game, to get the limited edition, you really can't argue. But yeah, this is one I just cannot wait to get into, but the game I'm about to show you is the reason why I haven't gotten around to that one. And this is one I picked up. I pre-ordered this kind of on the spur of the moment. I was keeping an eye on this game, and it just kept looking better and better and better to me, and I was kind of swept up in the whole hype for this game, and it's totally justified, by the way, from what I've played of this game so far, and that is, for the PS3, The Last of Us. What can I say about this game? This game is incredible. I've played it for a handful of hours already, and it's drawn me in like very few games have before. In fact, it reminds me why I like Naughty Dog so much. You know, I have the Jak and Daxter collection on PS3. Well, I had them on PlayStation 2 as well, of course. And really enjoyed them on PS2. Bought the PS3 collection. Loved those. Crash Bandicoot was... Man, the Crash Bandicoot 2, Wrath of Cortex, is a nostalgic game for me. One of the few games that my older sister bought on her PlayStation that really showed to me what the PlayStation could do versus the Nintendo 64 at the time. So Naughty Dog is a company that I have massive respect for, especially after the huge love I have for the game Uncharted. And it shows here. The Last of Us is incredible. The Last of Us is insanely good. Anyone who has a PlayStation 3 or is debating getting a PS3, this is one of the games that makes it worth having a PS3 and makes me very happy to own one. It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. One of the best games I've played ever so far. I mean, I hope the story holds up till the end, but I really don't see where it could falter. Now, it has a multiplayer aspect to it. I haven't gotten around to that yet because I want to finish the single player. And so I can't comment on the multiplayer at all. But again, highly recommend this game to anyone who's a fan of action games. If you liked Uncharted, this is somewhat similar. Not the same at all, but it, you know, it's got the same kind of overall feel and basic controls of Uncharted. So if you got into that, this is right up your alley. Highly recommend The Last of Us. Probably one I'll be talking about and thinking about for years to come at this point. The opening sequence alone is so well constructed that I was speechless. I was absolutely speechless when the prologue was over. So yeah, look into this one, pick it up, get it. It's worth it. Yeah, really good. Can't recommend that game enough. Okay, and the last game in the stack I picked up actually yesterday. A friend of mine, Jason, wanted to go pick up a copy of Project Cross Zone, actually, at a local GameStop. So we went out there, and I found this used for about $15, $16, and picked it up immediately. This is the Mega Man Zero collection on DS. And this is all 4 of the Mega Man Zero games from the Game Boy Advance ported over to the Nintendo DS. And when I say they're ported, I mean they literally just ported them over. I mean, there's very little additional content here from what I can tell. And these games are nail-bitingly difficult. Very, very tough. I mean, I haven't played a retro game like this since like Mega Man 10 that's really tested my mettle as a retro gamer. But I'm just it's just so much fun to play a game that just beats you down, and you just keep wanting to come back for more. It's colorful, the music's great, controls are great. It's all about pattern memorization and memorizing things, just like any good retro game should be. And yeah, pick this up immediately. Great game. Highly recommend it to any fans of anybody who's a fan of like older style retro action games, or I guess Mega Man in general. I mean, we won't see a new Mega Man game for probably a long time, so this is going to tide me over quite well to get my Mega Man fix. Well, at least until the new Smash Brothers comes out for Wii U and 3DS, because Mega Man's going to be in that. It's going to be awesome. So yeah, highly recommend this. I believe it's not too much more money on Amazon to pick this up right now. So anybody who's looking for this, not hard to come by. Alright, well that's everything that I picked up. The 10 games that I picked up since the last update. I hope you guys saw some games that you were interested in, that you wanted to try out. I can obviously recommend a few of these right away. The Last of Us, of course, Mega Man Zero Collection. Project Cross Zone, from what my friends have said, is very good and well worth the money. And yeah, I'm really digging the Mickey Mouse game, World of Illusion, on Sega Genesis right now. It's a blast to play in 2-player. So yeah, that's everything. So I hope to catch you guys on the next collection update, and I'll see you later.